Katie Pertiet, KatiePertietDesigns.com, and I am so excited to share with you today my last release with Sizzix and 49andMarket. I have got an assortment of stamp and die packs, and I'm so excited to give you a brief overview of them now, and then look for future videos where I will show you different ways that you can be using these stamps and dies. Okay, so let's start with the Doily edgers. So these are super fun. Can you see we've got the bottom part here shows them all combined in one, shows you what the die will look like. And then the different colors shows you how there's different pieces and you can build these edgers. So in the pack, you have got your stamps, and you can even see they've been labeled like Edger 1, I'm hoping you can see that, Edger 2, so you know how to build them, and then Edger 3. Not every single piece is labeled, but that helps you kind of visually look at the image and then put it together. So again, there are 3 dies. You can see here, 3 dies and then the stamps. All right, so those are the Doily edgers. That is the first pack. The second pack, super fun. It is called the Painted Palettes. So these are like my watercolor swatches that I put in a lot of my art, and kind of inspired by Pantone chips, but a little different. Also, you know, swatching inspired, but adding the sentiments below so that you can make your own little swatch sentiment. So inside the pack, you have 4 watercolor splotches, you have 4 borders, and you have 8 sentiments. And then there's also the dies. So you can just cut out the watercolor sentiments, or you can use the longer one to cut it out with the sentiment like you see here on the front. So totally fun. I think they're going to be one of my favorites. Those are the Painted Palettes. Then this one is called, okay, Fine Line Alphabet. And this comes in 2 sets. We have the alphabet dies, as you can see here. And then we have the stamp set. And the stamp set also has dies, but just for these pre-made sentiments. But I think I'm going to be using this alphabet set over and over. You will recognize it from the Hello You sentiment pack that I released last year. And let's open it and we'll show you what you get inside this pack. So you can see the stamps, and then, you can't really see, but there are the dies for these ready-made sentiments. So again, a really fun, versatile pack that I hope you find super useful. All right, then another 2-piece pack are my, let's see, what we call these, the fine stems. So this pack has just the dies in it, and this pack has just the stamps. So if you're just a stamp person, then you don't have to pay the extra to have the dies, and vice versa for the die people. Or if you like it, you can get them both. So inside this pack, we have, this is Fine Stems number 1 is the one that's just the stamps. So you can see all those. I could totally see, I know I will be going to town on watercolor crayon drawing, painting on these, and then cutting out So be looking for videos of that. That's going to be an obsession of mine, I think. All right, so fine line stems. Number 1 is the stamps, and number 2 is dies. And then we have these 2 stamp sets. Last year when Sizzix came out with their spin and stamp, I just immediately thought of painted bursts and knew I had to paint and create some wedges that would work ideally with that piece of equipment. So what we have here are wedges that work with the Stamp and Spin. So you can see in the pack, these always stick, so I'm not going to pull them apart. So you can see we have got 5 different wedges, splatters, textures, floral bits, and then some dies to cut them out. So the largest is going to cut out the stamp as you see it here. But I figured why not nest some smaller ones, because I could envision, you know, you don't have to, maybe you just want to cut part of it. And then you could use the smaller ones for that and kind of layer and stack your wedges. So this is a wider one. This one is called Build a Burst Painterly. And then we have the Build a Burst Artsy Lace, because you will see some lace bits in there. And again, the same concept where we have the wedges, and this time we have 8 wedges that are skinnier. And then we have the dies, where the largest die, the widest die, will die cut the big wedge, and then you could cut smaller wedges too. Or maybe you're just gonna cut from papers and kind of mix it in with your stamping. And another thing to think about that's really fun with this, and I know I'll be showing it in my makes, are these doily edgers. Now think about how you could use these with the Stamp and Spin and kind of like put an edge on there and then spin it all around, changing your colors. Lots of fun things you can do to mix those together. All right, so that is the Build a Burst Artsy Layer Mix and the Painterly. Definitely fun, and you don't have to use them with the Stamp and Spin. I mean, you can position your wedges anywhere you want. Maybe you're gonna build a burst. Maybe you're just gonna burst out a corner of something. But these are going to be very versatile and very fun, and I cannot wait to see how everyone is using these. All right, and then I have one last set, and it is Playtime. It is taken from vintage storybooks and adapted for stamps and dies. I love the old vintage primers that are public domain these days. And so in this stamp sheet, we have labeled it where you can see the girl, so you know which hair is for the girl. And, you know, like these little cuffs are for the girl. And then for the flowers, we have some different stamps so you can fill in the colors of your flowers. And we've got ball and ball 2 and ball 1. So you know what to use together to layer those. And same with the dog and the boy and the girl. And then I also added in some word strips. Thought really fun, you know, like how you have vintage snips, kind of where you snip out of the primers and storybooks. So here are some sentiments that'll work nice in crafting. And there's even dies to cut those out. And dies to cut out a complete little girl, little boy, the dog, and the flowers, and the ball. So I really hope you like these and you find them very versatile. Lots of things you can do with these. And it's fun to bring some vintage storybook elements into my stamps and dies. All right, so thank you for watching along and seeing this brief little introduction to my release for Sizzix and 49andMarket. And I hope you'll find these at your favorite retailer. I will also have some links below to where you can find these. And enjoy. And if you post something on social, be sure to tag me. I'd love to see what you're making. All right, everyone. I will see you again soon. Happy crafting.